Countdown is official. Countdown is official. Oh yeah, it's that time. It says go. What's up, family? My name is DJ Vince Adams. If this is your first time ever being on my virtual venue right here on Twitch, I want to welcome you. We have a lot of fun here, but there's something very special that's taking place today. Something very special taking place today. Not only are we representing HBCU style, because you know I'm a proud graduate of Florida A&M University, but we want to invite you to bring all of the youngins, that's right, the sophomores, juniors, seniors, if they are planning on attending a college, they need to see the information that's coming your way by way of the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill of America. But if I'm representing for Jack and Jill, we can't do it in the dark, so we need to turn on some lights. Woo! There are the lights right there. Right behind me, you see the 11 schools that are being represented today. So what we did is we brought you a virtual college fair. That means not only are we going to have representatives from each one of these incredible institutions that you see behind me, but we've got information on the college application process. We've got information on COVID and how that's being handled in schools. So we've got a lot of information and as well presentations from 11 incredible schools, courtesy of the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill. They've got some amazing sponsors. They've got some great partners as well. But is it okay if we just party a little bit, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes and bounce HBCU style? Who's ready for that? Woo! I think that's the way you kick off a virtual HBCU college fair. Once again, we want to invite you to bring all of the parents and as well the sophomores, juniors, seniors in high school that are making that absolutely critical decision on what school they want to represent. We know that there are many, many, many HBCUs, so if you don't see yours represented, it's absolutely only because we can only represent so many. But we've got 11, and I can tell you that we've got an incredible president. Without Tiffany, this thing would not have been possible. Shout out to my girl, Crystal Pruitt. Crystal, you know we've been working real hard to make this thing happen. You and the entire committee. But I think we should get a formal welcome, and we'll do that from our chapter president, Tiffany Gooding from the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill. Tiffany, bring us in.
Good evening, and welcome to our 5th annual Historically Black Colleges and Universities Fair. I'm Dr. Tiffany Williams Gooding, president of the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill of America, Incorporated. On behalf of our mother members and partners of this great event, the St. Petersburg chapter of the Links, AKA Academy, Mount Zion College Prep 101, and our Divine 9 members, I am delighted to bring you greetings. The Suncoast chapter is proud to host our annual event for students, parents, and families to participate in virtually tonight. The HBCU Fair will provide an opportunity to connect each of you to resources on HBCU academics, admissions, financial aid, student life, and much more. All of this while we have a little fun and party with a purpose with DJ Vince Adams. HBCUs are more important now than ever before. The nurturing and stable environment provided by them are the heart of our culture and higher learning educational experience. You are our future. If college is your goal, then there's a school for you. Careers in STEM, education, law, are all attainable at HBCUs. Did you know 80% of Black federal judges earned their undergrad degrees from an HBCU? Or that more than 80% of all Black Americans with degrees in medicine and dentistry were graduates from Howard University and Meharry Medical College? Students, please take the time to discover how an HBCU can help you succeed and achieve your educational goal. Take advantage of this opportunity, connect and engage with each speaker tonight to learn how you can start your HBCU journey. I would like to thank our associate mom, Dr. Tony Fort, for her vision and passion to organize our very first HBCU fair 5 years ago. And special thanks to HBCU committee chair and mom, Crystal Pruitt, and all of her committee members for their countless hours coordinating this most important event. And again, thank you to all of our colleges, universities, our Divine 9 sponsors, the St. Petersburg chapter of the Links, AKA Academy, Mount Zion College Prep 101, DJ Vince, and all of our partners and sponsors for participating this evening. Finally, Thank you to each of you for joining and supporting us. This year, the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill will celebrate 31 years of service to this community. We look forward to your continued support and hope to offer this HBCU fair for many years to come. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Colin Brown, and I'm the team president of the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill. On behalf of the Suncoast teens, I would like to welcome you to the HBCU Virtual College Fair. We have an epic program for you. Tonight, you will receive resources to help you determine if attending an HBCU is right for you. You will be hearing from HBCU college representatives and Jack and Jill alumni who are currently attending HBCUs, and you will receive information on applying for scholarships, plus much more. Stay tuned, we have DJ Vince in the house.
1, 2, 1, 2. So here's the deal, family. Thank you so much, Tiffany. And then my man Colin, who is actually a high school student now, he is our student president for the Jack and Jill family. But we've got some incredible alumni, Jack and Jill alumni, who are currently in school or maybe just recently graduated, that are going to give you their impression of what an HBCU is as well. So we've got an incredible program, not only the colleges, not only telling you about some of the programs and COVID things of that nature, but we've also got the students coming your way. But you may say, I've got some questions. Well, if you've got questions, we want to make sure that you send your questions right now via email. You see it on screen, hbcuscjj@gmail.com. Or if you would like to text your questions, 727-637-8738. So those are our opportunities to ask a question. I'm going to leave that up for another second. I see Fisk University, boss lady in here representing one time. And again, if you know an HBCU grad, they've got a lot of friends with kids that are making this important decision on what school to attend as well. Oh, you hear that New Orleans bounce right there? Oh yeah, this is an HBCU party, no doubt. But this party would not have been possible without our incredible sponsors and as well our incredible event partners as well. So let's give them some love one time. Much love to our sponsors, Flynn Law Firm, Kenzie's Corner, and as well Northside Hospital. Thank you for all of your contribution, all of your efforts to make this 5th annual and virtual HBCU College Fair take place. And it also cannot happen without our partners. Wow, the St. Petersburg chapter of the Links Incorporated. You can see them on the far left in that Kelly green. Then we've got the members of the Divine Nine, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Q Psi Phi, Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, and Mount Zion College Prep. Absolutely, this would not be possible without them. But here's the next thing that's coming up. We want to bring each one of these schools front and center. You see it behind me, but let's showcase and let you know exactly the 11 schools that are coming your way today. Woo! Doing it real fancy right here, HBCU style, with the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill featuring these schools. Alabama State University. Alabama is in the building. Absolutely, no doubt. Next up, my alma mater, Florida A&M University, always rattling down in the house. Fisk University, Tennessee is in the building, taking it back to 1866. Next, we have Florida Memorial University. We cannot wait to see what they have to share with us. Howard Universities, all I hear is HU, you say, you know, come on. Now we have Morehouse College. The Maroon Tigers are in the building one time. Then you've got Pinellas Technical College. They're going to share some incredible information with us as well. And then Jackson State University, always good to see the Silk. That's my man Cedric, the entertainer, would see. And then we've got our second school from Tennessee, Tennessee State University, in the house one time. And then Spelman College, all the ladies, a choice to change the world. Spelman College will be with us today. And then you have the St. Petersburg College Titans, absolutely incredible logo. Even better school, St. Pete. They got some guys in here representing with them one time. So that is how it's going down. Woo! That was a mouthful, wouldn't you say? But again, this would not take place without all of the different components that come together to support. So we've got some Divine Nine organizations, and we know what an amazing impact D9 organizations, African American Greek letter fraternities and sororities. We know the impact that they have on HBCUs. And as well, we have additional civic organizations reaching out to Jack and Jill, like the Links, to tell you more about what they're doing and their contribution, and why your children or your friends or your community should attend an HBCU. With that being said, let's hear from some of our civic organizations and our D9 family right now.
Greetings from the Zeta Upsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. It is our honor and privilege to once again partner with the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill as they present their 2021 HBCU College Fair. As part of our organization's ongoing commitment to preserve and support one of our nation's most valuable resources, our historically Black colleges and universities that we proudly claim as our beloved HBCUs. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is an international service organization that was founded on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C. in 1908. It is the oldest Greek letter organization established by African American college-educated women dedicated to raising the status of African Americans, particularly girls and women. Through a robust international program of service, Alpha Kappa Alpha continues to institute groundbreaking social initiatives and social service programs that transform communities for the better. As part of excellence in programming, one of our target focuses, HBC for Life, focuses on promoting and providing financial support to our country's HBCUs. Additionally, our signature #CAP program works closely with high school juniors and seniors on navigating the college admissions process. HBCUs continue to make a powerful impact in our communities and throughout our country, graduating 22% of all African Americans with bachelor degrees, nearly 80% of all African American judges, and 50% of all Black lawyers. And now the Vice President of the United States, Vice President Kamala Harris, who is a graduate of Howard University and a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. To participating students, please be sure to take in all of this wonderful information that is being presented to you through this college fair. Please use this as an opportunity to find out more about HBCUs and the academic excellence that awaits you on their campus. To the parents, as a proud HBCU mom that has a graduate of Bethune-Cookman University and a student currently attending Savannah State University, I ask that you as well use this as an opportunity to learn more about our HBCUs. I can attest that the level of support and opportunities are endless. Thank you again to the Jack and Jill Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill for allowing Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated to be a part of this HBCU College Fair.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Shanika Jones, President of the St. Petersburg Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Our illustrious sisterhood was founded on January 13, 1913, on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C. 22 tenacious young women joined together to form Delta to use their collective strength to promote academic excellence and to provide assistance to those in need. Today, we have one of the largest sororities in the world with over 1,000 chapters and more than 350,000 members. Delta is known for our community service programs, and we currently have openings for our Delta Academy or Delta Gems youth programs geared toward middle and high school girls. As you may know, a triangle is a mathematical symbol that means change. Deltas are change agents in our communities, with many notable women in politics, education, entertainment, business, and many more. Follow us on our social media sites at St. Pete Deltas to learn more. Thank you.
Greetings, I'm Javon Turner, bossless president of the Hetero Chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. It's my pleasure to bring you greetings to the students, family, partners participating in the virtual HBCU Fair. The men of Omega proudly recognize the value of an HBCU experience and the many contributions individuals from these historic institutions have made in our community and mankind as a whole, which includes Omega Psi Phi being the first African-American fraternity founded on the HBCU campus, Howard University. The HBCU experience have moved beyond the institution of learning only for African Americans to a special place of higher learning for leaders in the medical field, sciences, arts, education, politics, and the woke society. Please take your time to explore all the information the virtual fair has to offer and choose wisely. Thank you and enjoy the HBCU experience.
Hello, my name is Charles Montana. I am the pole mark of the St. Petersburg Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. Number one, I'd like to say thank you to the Suncoast Chapter of Jack and Jill of America for being the host of this HBCU College Fair. Of course, in Kappa Alpha Psi, we believe achievement in every field of human endeavor. Therefore, and we also find out that HBCUs are a pipeline into our community that we definitely support and value. Three things for you today as far as achievement. Number one, keep God first. Whatever you do, things will eventually work in your favor. Number two, success can be achieved in several different ways, but there is only one way to guarantee success, and that is by hard work. So make sure you work hard. And then number three, time management. When you get accepted to whatever institution of your choice, realize this: there's no question as to whether or not you can do the work. The only thing you have to do is manage your time wisely. If you employ those three tactics, you will achieve success. We're so happy for you today. Learn as much as you can from this outing. We love you and God bless you.
Good evening. My name is Joy Wallace, and on behalf of the St. Petersburg, Florida chapter of the Links Incorporated, and as chapter president, I bring greetings and well wishes as this Spirit Weekend kicks off in full HBCU mode. For 5 years, the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated has successfully provided and equipped the youth in this community through the facilitation of this college fair. As a supporting sponsor, we are delighted to continue this partnership and rejoice in the possibilities provided for the youth leaders who have attended over the years and those in attendance this weekend. A college fair through which exposure of the value of a college education, exposure to college opportunities and resources, and of course, exposure to HBCUs whose involvement has meant a lot to a multitude of students and parents alike can all be attained. So please take advantage of the offerings during this special weekend and get informed on exactly how the role HBCUs can play in helping propel you to reach your fullest potential as you form your life goals. And yes, it is true what is said, that the experience at an HBCU is unparalleled. And as a proud graduate of an HBCU myself, let me just say that Spirit Weekend is all of that.
Greetings, college-bound students and families. Welcome to the 5th Annual HBCU College Fair. I'm Alvinita Hope, Director of Enrollment Management and Financial Aid at Shorecrest. I'm also a Jack and Jill Mom of 3 and a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We have partnered with Jack and Jill in this important event since 2017, and we look forward to welcoming you back to Shorecrest in the near future. But until then, enjoy this virtual presentation with our other partners, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. I know bright futures are ahead for each of you.
Hello, it's Dr. Hardin.
All right, so we've got Dr. Regina Hardin. What she's going to do is share with us what college students can do to minimize their risk of COVID while on campus. So without further delay, let's bring in Dr. Regina Hardin. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I am Dr. Regina Hardin. I'm a pediatrician in the area in Pinellas Park, and I am the owner of My Kids MD Pediatrics. So I am going to talk with you this evening about the COVID-19 virus and the Delta variant, and how we can protect ourselves and how we can protect our college students as they are on their way to begin this new stage in their lives. So the Delta variant has really changed how myself and many others in the healthcare field look at the COVID-19 virus as it relates to the younger population. For one, the Delta variant is more infectious and spreads faster. It causes more serious complications, and those we've seen stroke, myocarditis, pulmonary embolism, a multi-system inflammatory disease, and of course, your cough, fever, headache, sore throat, and your loss of taste and smell. Now, why is this important for us as we send our students off to college? Well, the unvaccinated and the younger population are actually more at risk. In fact, a recent study in the United Kingdom showed that children and adults under the age of 50 were 2.5 times more likely to become infected with the Delta variant. And so what can we do to protect ourselves, and what can we do to protect our college students? Now, we have the things that we have been used to talking about, and that's going to be your social distancing, wearing masks, washing your hands, and all of those things. And that's good. We do have to do that, but we do have to talk about something else that's very important as well, and that is vaccinating. So far in the United States, we don't have a vaccine yet for children who are ages 5 to 12. We should be getting close to that by the end of the year, hopefully. But for now, approximately 50% of teenagers are vaccinated. And as the older group gets vaccinated and the younger population remains unvaccinated, it is placing them more of a higher risk for all of the more serious complications. Again, the Delta variant is more contagious than the common cold. It's more contagious than the flu, and it's just as contagious as chickenpox. So what can we do? Again, vaccinate. Right now, we've got 3 vaccines. We've got that by Pfizer, Moderna, and we also have Johnson & Johnson. Now, there are things that we as parents have more influence over, and those things are going to be, of course, your masks, having your children wear masks and hand washing and avoiding large crowds. We don't have as much influence on that as we do as far as having them vaccinate. We can encourage our children to vaccinate. Again, it's not going to protect them fully. We do need to do as much as we can, including vaccination, to make sure that we can protect our children from the more serious complications with the Delta variant especially. So let's do what we can to vaccinate. I myself want to get back to doing those things that I enjoy and that we enjoy. So let's all work together. Let's get vaccinated. Let's follow the social distancing rules. Let's mask. Let's avoid large gatherings if you can. And again, vaccinate and vaccinate.
That's right. She couldn't say it enough. She's like, we need to vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. I definitely appreciate that. And with that being said, I definitely appreciate the family in here. We've got an incredible lineup here. And we just want to let you know that we're not taking questions on each and every segment that's taking place. But if you do have a question for all of our different participants, our participants that are in place, we want to make sure that the participants that we have, you understand that they are taking questions. And here's what I mean by the participants, the actual people who are a part of the college representatives. So you see Tennessee State behind me, FAMU, and others. Next up, we do have a special presentation from Manita Moultrie. I'm an Alpha, well, Alpha Phi Alpha. She's Alpha Kappa Alpha. And Manita, do we have your sound up?
I hope so. Good afternoon.
Oh, yeah, you're sounding loud and clear. So let's go ahead and bring you front and center.
Good evening. Happy to be here and happy to partner again with Jack and Jill to present the college application process and information for our students to think about moving forward. I'm going to quickly breeze through a few slides to give you some important tips to think about as you start to proceed with your college application process journey. First, for those who are considering going off to college and not necessarily a senior yet, you can be doing things like preparing as well. Please take some time, spend some time with your family and research your career options and requirements for the different colleges. Make sure you create a college list. At this point, prior to becoming a senior, you can add as many colleges on that list as you want. Start to get organized and balance your time. This is going to be important in the future, and you'll hear this message repeated several times. Get to know your high school guidance counselor. Get to know him or her very well, because they can certainly help you in the future. And start researching scholarships. Most of them are recurring, so start making a list of who's giving away all of the dollars so that you can position for those scholarship opportunities in the future. And also make sure you're seeking out extracurricular or community service opportunities. This is going to be very important in your senior year. And then take ACT and SAT practice tests. That's also important, and I'll talk about that a bit more.
Most excellent. We were just trying to make sure that we could get as much on the screen as possible. So with that being said, are you good to go, Manita? We've got more?
Can I continue?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. So now that you are a senior and starting to look at the process, we're asking you to think about narrowing down your college list from 3 to 5 colleges. We want to make sure that you're focused and make sure you're looking at the colleges you're actually interested in. For each of those colleges, make sure you identify the application deadlines. And for each of those, look and focus on the admission requirements. Now, an important note is if you are planning to apply as an early applicant for a college that you know you're interested in, that application will be required by November. And I'll give you a bit more information about that. If you're submitting a regular application, those deadlines are applicable to the university, so make sure you adhere to those, but mostly it's December, January, and for a lot of them, you can continue and apply on through the spring. The tip is keep an open mind so that you can compare your financial packages and requirements when it gets close to time to commit. Some of the resources we have that we can offer to you, if you're interested in an HBCU, recommend that you apply through the Common Black College application. I've put the website here on the screen. We are offering our code, Academy 2020, and you can use that code instead of paying the application fee, and you will be allowed to apply to up to 65 HBCU institutions. You will be asked to select your top 4 choices, and from those, you'll complete the application. Now, here's a tip here. Please take advantage of this opportunity to have a backup plan. There's nothing better than hearing a student say, well, I haven't decided where I'm going to college yet, but I've been accepted at, and then they start listing all these HBCUs that they've been accepted. Nothing like having a plan and having your information in your pocket. SAT and SAT tests, very, very important. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the dates. These scores are usually very applicable to the universities, and you need to make sure you visit the websites to identify the minimum requirements. You can choose to take the SAT or the ACT. For the SAT, the test October 2nd, that deadline to register has passed. November 6th is the next one. And for the ACT, the October 23rd date is the next date, and the deadline to register is today. You have until midnight to register. Now, here's what's important. You have to take the test in October or November to submit this information for your early admission application. So that for those interested in early decisions, you need to take the test in October or November. So today's an important day for those. And the other dates are here as well. Lots of other information available on the websites here. And I suggest and ask, please take advantage of practice and ACT boot camps to increase your scores. Those scores help with dollars, and dollars once you get off to college, and they are awarding financial aid and scholarships. Another item that you will need as part of the college application is a college reference letter. Quickly, the information is here. Please make sure that you know who you want to ask for letter of recommendation. Someone in authority, someone you know very well. Make sure you pay attention and reach out to those who you've done community service with. And also make sure you actually ask them in advance, ask them in person. And here's the tip: provide them a profile and a resume and include your accomplishments so that they have the information that they can put in that reference letter for you. Whatever you want them to say, you need to put that in your summary, and trust and believe they'll speak highly of you because they want to promote you as well. And then also for the winning essay, that's important. I know a lot of us don't really want to write 500-word essays, but please take some time to start early and make sure you focus on tips to write the winning essay. Make sure you use the essay to promote yourself, and now's the time is to be great. Tell your story, try to use college level vocabulary, and have someone review your essay. Adults have no issues with working with you to review your essay to make sure it's the winning essay. Tip: clean up your social media and use your social media as a platform to strengthen your brand. Tell your story, talk about all the wonderful things you're doing so that when the reviewers go and look at your social media, they're seeing positive things that highlight you. Those are some important tips to think about for the college application process. If you have any questions, you can certainly email them, or you can send a note to academyprogram@gmail.com. We're providing college application information throughout the year, and we look forward to celebrating our seniors in May and June of 2022.
Absolutely incredible information. Thank you so much for that, Manita. And next up, we want to bring up Lisa Benson, who's going to give us some incredible information on scholarships. So if you want to learn more about scholarship opportunities, she's representing the St. Pete chapter of the Links Incorporated. And I see my friend right now. Can I have Lisa spotlighted? Okay.
All right. Good evening,
You are
everyone.
front and center. Let's go.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Tips on being a successful college scholarship candidate. Next slide, please, because you really want to be able to be the type of candidate that college and scholarship committees are looking for. Next slide, please. It's very important to be very authentic. Next slide, please. It's very important to be authentic in your application. You want to be able, next slide, please. You want to be able to think outside of yourself. So it is important that you are a contributor to your school and to your outside community. So you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of community service. You want to make sure that you are participating in those outside activities, into your school activities. Community service is very important. Honestly, you want to have over 250 community service hours to be competitive for outside scholarships. Honestly, that is more than what Bright Futures requires. But again, it shows that you are thinking outside of yourself. Those who think outside of themselves, those are the ones who get rewarded. There's a lot of great grades. There are a lot of kids that have higher test scores. So some of the kids who might not necessarily have stellar test scores, who struggle with testing, or who might not necessarily have, go back one slide, please, who don't necessarily have like the strongest GPA. Community service is a great avenue to be able to really showcase where some of your strengths are. It shows that you're really contributing to your school community or to your outside community. You don't need 15 different activities 4 is sufficient because it really shows what's important to you and where your passion is. So when you're doing these different activities, be it sports, be it key club, be it debate team, or whatever activity it is that you are spending your time in, you want to be able to show what's important to you. So you want to strive for a leadership position, strive for a president or a recording secretary. And if there isn't one, create one for yourself. Go to your faculty advisor and say it's just a club that doesn't have any leadership position. Go to your faculty advisor and say, what? I would like to be able to help raise money for this club so we can do A, B, or C activity. Guess what you just did? You just created yourself as a fundraising chair. That's a leadership position. That's something that you can put on your resume. Speaking of resumes, you want to be able to write yourself a current resume. Most of you guys now, you guys are working, with a computer or a tablet of some kind. Everybody's got a Word document, a Word app or Pages. There are templates in there that you guys can set up a basic resume. You guys are using Naviance for that, being able to look at different colleges. Use those apps to be able to create just a basic resume, because you know what? It will show you. It's a lot easier to see your strengths and weaknesses when you have everything kind of spelled out. When you see, oh, you know what? I need to put a little bit more time in on service, or I need, I don't have any clubs. I need to go join a club this is fall semester. It's only September. Let me join some clubs while I still have some time. So another thing that's very important, proofread everything. Please, 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 I cannot emphasize enough. Do not send an application with misspelled words or grammar mistakes, whether you're showing it to your parent, whether you're showing it to a trusted teacher, your youth pastor at church. You want to make sure that there are no grammatical errors at all. So, because that also shows that you pay attention to detail. And my number one other key advice when you're working with your essay questions, 2 things. 1, answer the question that's asked. You'd be amazed how many people will write a beautiful essay, but if it doesn't answer the question that is asked, it kind of goes to the bottom of the pile. The second thing is be authentic. I want to be able to hear your voice in the essay. Let your essay answer the question, but let it also say something about you. Because when I'm reading that essay, I want to be able to not be able to put it down and let it tell something about you. Those are the essays that get the money. So best places to be able to find scholarships quickly, Google, Scholly, Raise Me. The university websites are abundant with information, and a lot of people don't take that time to be able to read through them. Local civic organizations, Jack and Jill, the different Greek organizations, they have a lot of money to give it away. Another key thing, during Black History Month, banks, they're always doing scholarships. So hopefully, congratulations to the class of 2022. Your hard work will pay off.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Lisa. And I'm going to let you know how we do it. This is how we do it. We're doing it one time for the HBCUs. We got 11 HBCUs represented today, and we've got to get to them. And we've also got some Jack and Jill alumni. We've got some Jack and Jill alumni that you all need to see. Absolutely. But before we go there, we want to remind you, we definitely want to remind you about our sponsors. Yes, thank you so much. Kinsey, Northside Hospital for sure. Oh yeah, this is how we do it. And you gotta know, Flynn Law Firm. Thank you so much for being an incredible event sponsor. And then we've got our event partners, St. Petersburg Chapter of the Links, members of the Divine Nine, aka DST, Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, and Mount Zion College Prep. So without further delay, let's keep the show going. Don't forget that we've got a donation link right underneath me, and as well, we've got a donation link in the chat. We are asking for you to continue to support the programs and the scholarships taking place right here for the family.
Hello, check out our latest conversation with former Jack and Jills who will share their HBCU college experience. Whether you're a rising senior, junior, or a middle school scholar, you'll pick up tidbits of actionable advice about HBCU campus life when you watch this episode. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Davis Cowart, a junior at Boca Ciega High School and a member of Suncoast Jack and Jill. Tonight, we are going to be discussing HBCU campus life experience. Before we begin, I would like to introduce some amazing panel members representing several HBCUs and former Jack and Jill members. Juliana Wardell, Spelman College, Chloe Jackson, Spelman College, Julian Kemper, FAMU graduate and a current member of the United States Air Force, Kofi Fort, Howard University, and Natalie Fort, Howard University. So, what are some challenges you believe face HBCUs today?
I think funding is a really big challenge facing HBCUs, especially funding for infrastructure changes. I know Spelman hasn't had a good dorm update in a while, and we could use one. So those infrastructure challenges are definitely there.
I'd agree with that. I'd also say that one of the problems that Howard has is housing for students. I know that this year after the pandemic, they decided to move upperclassmen off campus. And in the past, they've had juniors be mainly in the towers. So
alumni support, not just financial, but also in terms of being able to give back to the students in a mentorship way.
So it would have, I know there may have been some students that could have been helped with getting suggested to an HBCU, but unfortunately the staff didn't know about it, and it would have helped if they did.
Can you guys tell us why you chose to attend an HBCU?
On my spring break, my senior year, took me up and we just spent the day there. We drove up, spent the day, and I just ended up falling in love with the campus. Just the environment, the people, just what the School of Journalism was doing, the program that I was interested in attending.
When I was looking at schools, I knew I wanted to go into tech, and I found that the area of DC was kind of a hub for tech at the moment. And Howard had just started building their relationship with Google as far as having engineers coming to teach.
I just really fell in love with the people and loved the energy I was getting from the school. And I think the energy that you get when you step onto a campus tells a lot about whether you'll feel at home there.
The reason that I chose to go to Spelman was because I'm interested in political science, and I've seen some of the alumni that went to Spelman, like Stacey Abrams, and I thought that it would be a good school for the political science program.
What campus events did you enjoy the most as a student?
Market Friday is really fun at Spelman's campus. It's an event where vendors come on campus on Friday, of course, and there's food and there's music, and usually people are just dancing, buying stuff from vendors. There's food trucks, so you get food that's not the calf, which is really great. And it's just really good energy and a great way to close out the week.
As an alumnus of the university with the greatest marching band in the entire planet, football games were honestly one of the best parts. Getting to see the Marching 100 play and just having that sense of camaraderie with everybody. It was just a really enjoyable time.
I'd say homecoming is a pretty big hit. A lot of people come out, and sometimes celebrities come up to campus. And there are a lot of concerts and shows going on. It's just a fun time.
Spelman has worked on certain days, they would put certain events on in the cafeteria, which was very nice.
What was your experience like with paying for college, scholarships, and financial aid at your school?
I know that there are a lot of resources online for you to find scholarships that help. There are a lot of scholarships out there that no one really talks about, or you can just sign up really quick write a quick essay, and any funding helps, really.
I was given a full scholarship, but this is something I did and something I always, a piece of advice I always give to rising seniors when asked about it: treat applying for scholarships like your job after school. So every day, as often as you can after school, apply to as many scholarships as possible, because I have a few friends who work in guidance for high school seniors, and a lot of times their students will end up earning scholarships because they were the only ones that applied to them.
When I committed to Spelman, after committing, they gave me a scholarship. So sticking with this institution and showing that I was invested in them, they kind of invested in me in return.
I had the same experience with Spelman where they didn't offer much money, but when I accepted their offer, they gave me a scholarship.
For those of you who attended school far from home, did you feel welcome at your schools?
I felt welcome the whole time I was there. There's also kind of a different culture and a lot more Black people in Atlanta.
That kind of a way, it really, in essence, forces you to get out, meet people, make friends, get involved.
I knew I wanted to leave Florida just to like see a little bit more of the US. And DC is definitely, like, I'd say it's a lot faster.
Yeah, I would say that at Spelman, there's people from every walk of life, from every state, different countries. And I don't think there was any point where it didn't feel welcoming to be not from Atlanta.
A lot of students want to attend college or tech school or are currently in the middle of applying. What would you like to impress upon students attending our HBCU college fair who are in the process of applying or considering whether to attend an HBCU?
I think my first advice would be to talk to people who go to those schools if possible, for any school you're applying to, not just HBCUs. Sometimes they have like student ambassadors that you can reach out to, or virtual like fairs or something if you can't attend.
I would suggest looking at the department of the major you're interested in and seeing what opportunities they could have for you, like internships or activities and trips that they may go on.
I know some colleges, like, they have summer programs you can participate in that like will give you an idea of what it's like going to that school, and those can be really helpful. And you can also like meet people who might end up being in school with you and like help build those relationships early, so you feel more welcome on campus.
Because there are certain things that, as much as they try, the website, the brochures just can't tell you.
And lastly, how do you feel HBCU has prepared you for your current career?
The idea that like the people you go to school with now could be like potential business partners.
Coming out of Spelman, going into my career, I was a double major in theater and English. And I had a lot of opportunities throughout my time at Spelman to not only learn through the school, but to get outside opportunities, internships that really set me up.
My Going Fam helped me because I was able to work in those specific fields at FAM. So I was able to cut my teeth initially.
As someone who's pre-med, I know there's not very many Black doctors in the country, and you, going off what Kofi said earlier about networking, you'll meet a lot of future Black doctors and just in the program at Howard.
The school you go to gives you more than just your degree, if that makes sense. I think it really helps you develop into who you want to be or who you were trying to be.
From the people that I've met in my department or in the department of the major I'm in, which is political science, they seem very passionate about helping the students.
Getting to know people is really important, and I think will prepare me for my career.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. I want to say thank you to all the panelists, Chloe Jackson, Kofi Fort, Juliana Wardell, Julian Kemper, and Natalie Fort. Thanks for watching.
I'm telling you all, the wonders and the marvels of virtual. With that being said, do I have my man Sid unmuted? 1 2 1 2. Are you there, Sid?
Yes, sir. I'm here live and direct.
Man, the show is yours. Take it away, brother.
Okay, my name is Cedric Potts with the Alabama State University, an HBCU founded in 1867 in Marion, Alabama by 9 former slaves. We are now located in the great city, the capital of Alabama, which is Montgomery, Alabama. So at Alabama State University, we have 62 different degree programs to choose from. That's right, 62 different degree programs to choose from. And we're also waiving our SAT and our ACT scores right now. We are looking for a 2.75 GPA for admittance. Now, I know that I said we're waiving those ACT and SAT scores, but if you're looking to compete for one of these academic scholarships, you want to get that money, you want to get paid to come to Alabama State University, you're going to have to submit that score, and it's going to have to correlate with the GPA. So when I say we have 62 different degree programs, so I'm talking about accounting and finance, computer information systems, biology, that's marine biology, pre-health professional, computer science, music, theater, arts. And when I say theater arts, I mean we're looking at people that's going to be in the Stingettes. And I just mentioned the Stingettes. Stingettes are a part of our Mighty Marching Hornets. So I know you've heard of us. You've seen us on TV, Bama State Style. We have the cheerleaders. We have the drum majors. We have the Stingettes. We have everything that you're looking for and more. And speaking of everything, we have all of the Divine Nine here at Alabama State University. I'm talking about the AKAs, the Alphas, Omegas, Iota, Zeta, Sigmas, and of course, the greatest fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. I'm here to represent. Okay, so we are founded, like I said, founded in 1867, Montgomery, Alabama. And we're here to show you the greatness that HBCUs have to offer. So we also offer master's programs. We offer doctorates. We are originally a teacher's college. So you know we have all of those degrees such as English, math, music education, elementary education, early childhood education. Yes, we have all of that to offer. We're still doing our tours in person, and we are still doing virtual tours as well. So at Alabama State, you do not have to be vaccinated. That's correct. You do not have to be, but you do have to come with a negative COVID test. So if you are not vaccinated, you will have to submit a negative COVID test to come to Alabama State University. So I want to show these lovely people right here on my screen, and I want to tell you it is a great time to be a Hornet. We are looking for people to apply right now to come join our Hornet Nation, to be a part of our family. The applications for scholarships open October 1st. That is right, October 1st. You want to apply early, soon as possible, while we got that money so you can get this free education. And it's only a 2.75 GPA, an 18 ACT or a 940 SAT score to get the minimum scholarship. That's right, a minimum scholarship, a 2.75. You can make that in your sleep. Come get this money because we want students to get paid. We want students to come to Alabama State University. We want to make you a part of our Hornet Nation family. Of course, we want you to attend our HBCU here in Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah, State!
Man, I want whatever Said is drinking. Absolutely fantastic job, Said. Man, I'm telling you, anyone, if you have anyone in your family, friends that have sophomores, juniors, seniors, this is incredible information that they need to get right now between application process, between qualifications for getting into school, ways that they can get scholarships. This is valuable information. And thank you so much to Suncoast for bringing this information right here in a virtual format for anyone to get it across the country. And we hope that they're going to Alabama State University. Thank you so much, Sid.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. I am Joel Blunt Jr., serving as the academic program coordinator at the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, also known as FAMU. Florida A&M University, located in Tallahassee, Florida, on the highest of 7 hills. We're excited to be here to share the good news that it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, the word is out. U.S. News and World Report just came out with the rankings, and Florida A&M University, for the 3rd year in a row, has ranked #1 public HBCU in the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. When you think about opportunities at Florida A&M University, you look at how we rank up against our peers amongst the universities. U.S. News and World Report just listed us as the #1 public HBCU in the nation. However, amongst all universities nationwide, we're ranked 104. The new number is 104. How we rank amongst the individuals in our state? We're #2 in the engineering school. We're the top 100 for undergraduate teaching. In Florida, in the state of Florida, we're ranked #6 and #3 in our social mobility. When you think about all the opportunities that Florida A&M University offers, we provide a culture that's geared towards your lifestyle. All right. So when you think about getting connected with Florida A&M University, we're taking it to the next level on mobile. Right. So if you have a mobile app, a smartphone device, you want to download the FAMU mobile app. Please download the FAMU mobile app. Please follow us on social media at Choose FAMU. If you're on Instagram at FAMU_1887, we're also on Twitter, as well as we're also on various social media sites that you can choose from. So please stay connected with FAMU. Let's get mobile and let's get connected.
You're all winners, and we really appreciate everything that you're doing to better yourself. So Fisk University is a liberal arts program. We have about 910 students in enrollment, which means that our faculty in terms of professors and doctorates is 12-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Our GPA average is 3.45. Our average test score is 23.7. And in terms of job placement in Tennessee, #3. One of the things that I want to talk to you about first off is, and I'm going to share my screen, is most important thing, scholarships. Most important thing, scholarships. Who should you talk to for a scholarship interview? I want you to boldly recognize and record this name, Dr. Jens Fredrickson, in his email, jfredrickson@fisk.edu. I'd like you to record boldly alumni representative in risk management faculty. It's a new program that's being underrolled at Fisk with myself, Kareem Dean, KADean1906@gmail.com, and my phone number. I want you to boldly reach out to us to talk about scholarships and how we can help you with funding and to attend Fisk University and with scholarship interviews. And that you can do immediately. Our majors. Well, we understand that as things progress, we have to progress. So we have developed new majors in construction management, new majors in social justice, new degrees in data science, homeland security, and a number of the major needs of our society in our nation and our country. And so I'd like to share with you at Fisk University, we think about our students and we're always thinking about what are the new things that we need to develop for you as the needs come about. So we partner with the Black MBA Black MBA Association for launching a fellowship to partner with our racial social justice program. So that's an opportunity for students who are doing their MBA to partner with us so that we can make this a brilliant and great country. So we've secured grant money for that. We've also done a number of other partnerships. One is Maharan University, which is directly across the street from Fisk University. That's where you can have an opportunity to do your medical degree or your health sciences degree. We have invested in new technologies. Usually students will wait and start medical school, usually if they're accepted to the program their junior year. Well, at Fisk University, we've partnered with a number of people, T-Mobile, to create what we would call your 5G powered cadavers. That's where students learn the different anatomy and they learn the shared curriculum from the majors at our partnership with Maharan University. We've also created another fantastic program with you. We looked at the Music Business Association, Nashville being known for its music industry as well as its healthcare industry, and now the booming technology space. We partnered with the Music Business Association to help, and this is the first HBCU joint venture, to help students become part of leadership and executive production side with the music academic partnership program, so that you can be a part of the leadership in terms of making sure that
the culture is represented from a leadership standpoint. Partner with Cravat, Swain and Moore law firm, one of the largest firms in New York, in terms of securing a donation, but also securing internships for you, as well as helping you have job placement after you've completed maybe your possible joint program with Vanderbilt University when their law program, so that you have a role in the position. We've also partnered with RISE. Now, this is the program, risk management program, that will kick off this semester, in which case I'm a faculty on that. And this is introducing you to risk management, capital markets, insurance, those type of products. And just one more thing I just want to share with you. We have recently launched our social justice program, in which case our civil rights icon leaders, John Lewis is named after him, and Diane Nash, and our faculty, our beloved Revis Mitchell. And we've had Dr. Karita Brown from UCLA, as well as Roland Martin, be some of our first resident scholarship. So I say all this to you to let you know, to make you aware that Fisk University is about you and how we can help you and how we can help develop your enrichment in your career. So you're all winners tonight. Take advantage of all the offerings of each and every university and college available tonight. And you have my contact information, and I bid you a fantastic evening. Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right. So all I can say is that we just got our heartstrings pulled. We just got the heartstrings pulled because he said we are here for you. And that's one of the incredible things about being an alum of a HBCU, is the fact that the school is there for you. There is so much attention when you just think about the class size of an HBCU. It is absolutely amazing the time and the attention that those attendees get. And so we're going to continue this. And when I say HU, anybody like Queen Maine from the DMV and like DC Brother, they're going to say, we've got Howard University coming up next. And do I have Howard representing? All right, Jordan, I can see you. Hold on. I gotta do one thing. We've got just a little adjustment we need to make. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell you all. Lisa Benson said we cannot give out all of these shouts to individual organizations. Even though she's representing Links tonight, she wants to let you know the 1913 Delta Sigma Theta is in the house. So Lisa, I got you on that. Hold on one second, Jordan. I'm gonna bring you front and center. Cool J.
All right, I'm all good.
Man, you are good to go. And the background is on fleek, I'll say. Go ahead and represent the campus, brother. Let's go.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Wright. I'm here as an admission officer representing the Mecca that is Howard University in Washington, D.C. I want to thank you all for having us. All right, so just to kind of give some background information about Howard University, we were founded March 2nd, 1867 by General Oliver Otis Howard. We started off as a theological seminary for teachers and preachers, and we expanded into the great institution which you all know and see today. Some achievements and accolades that Howard University holds. I have a few listed right here on your screen. Two that are near and dear to my heart is that Howard University is the #1 institution in the country to produce the most African-American PhDs in the STEM fields. And also currently, as Mr. Joel said, the rankings did come out yesterday. We were ranked number 83 with US News and World Reports on their best colleges list. And by joining our Bison family, you'll definitely be connected with a vast network of alumni. I have a few notable alumni right here, just to give you an idea, including Vice President Kamala Harris and the late Chadwick Boseman. So our students, I'm just going to give you a little background information about our students. We are a fairly nice sized campus with about 10,000 students overall, 3,000 of those students being graduate and professional students and 6,000 being undergraduate students. And I'm going to give you the student profile of the class of 2025, the class we welcomed into our gates in August. So they were 72% male. They are 72% male, 72% female, 28% male. As far as their averages, they averaged a 3.67 GPA, 24 ACT, and 1197 SAT. Those are just averages. Those are not requirements. And our top 5 majors here at Howard are biology, political science, psychology, nursing, and media journalism and film. And we are a Tier 1 research institution offering 140 areas of study for our students within 7 undergraduate schools and colleges, including our newly named Chadwick A. Boseman College of Fine Arts. And our campus life is very rich and robust. Here you see an aerial view of our beautiful campus. We stretch over 200 acres of land, and we are currently growing. So our residence halls, 4 of them are offered to incoming freshmen, which you see the males on the right, you see the females on the left. As an incoming freshman, you are required to stay on campus your first year unless you live within a 25-mile radius. And we do have 20 Division I men and women sports on our campus. We are in the MEAC conference. We just recently added golf to our roster, helped introduced to us by Steph Curry. So we're definitely excited to see where that program is going to go. And we do have over 200 clubs and organizations for our students. So there's just about something to do for everyone. And we also have all of the Divine 9 fraternities and sororities active and represented on Howard's campus. And as Cedric said, including the best fraternity in the world, that is Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And we are the 5 shown on the screen right there were actually founded on Howard's campus. Oh yeah, drop the beat. All right, and just going into the application process, we do have 2 applications deadlines, November 1st, which is our early action and early decision, February 1st being our regular decision, and we are Common App exclusive, so that's the only way to apply to Howard University as a first-time in college student. And here I have the components for a complete freshman application package. You'll see the Common App application packet, the Common App application itself, $45 application fee. We have activities and a resume if you choose to submit it, 2 letters of recommendation, at least one from a teacher and one from a counselor. Of course, your high school transcript and your standardized test scores, in which for fall 2022, for my seniors, we are test optional. So it's up to you if you choose to submit your test scores to us. I always like to tell students, if you are scheduled and you can get into those testing centers, definitely take either or both and submit that. It can only enhance your application package. Give us something else to look at. So how much does it cost to attend Howard University? Right now, tuition and fees is fixed at $27,206. That's for every student. There is no in-state, out-of-state tuition because we are a private institution. Once you add in your room and board, estimated where you're going to eat or what you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep, and how many roommates you're going to have, that's estimated at about $14,365 on the high end. So adding that up, that's just about $41,500 per year. And here I do have my contact information. If we have any questions, I have my email as well as general admission inquiries. You can email our admission email, our website, howard.edu, just to check out what we have going on here at Howard. And if you are interested in visiting our beautiful campus, I do have the link for you to set up either a virtual information session, and we are doing in-person tours throughout the week, Monday through Friday. So you can definitely schedule to come and visit our campus. All right. Thank you all for listening to my presentation. I look forward to answering any questions that you all might have.
That was absolutely excellent. And with that being said, you actually answered a few of the questions that we have coming. So we do have questions that are coming in. And Jordan, don't think that I didn't notice the subtle flex on the new updated number. So congratulations
Thank you.
to Howard University being top 100 university in the United States. Is absolutely something to be proud of. And with that being said, I do think that we have Pinellas. I've been asking for Pinellas. All right, let's hop right to Jackson State. And I'm not going to say the name because we've had some switch outs come up. So I see Jackson State in the building one time. So let's go ahead and move straight to Jackson State. And without further delay, here we go.
All right. Hey, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah. You're loud and clear.
All right, man. Can you guys see my screen that I'm sharing?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm Wendell Fountain. I'm a admissions counselor here at Jackson State University. First, I want to thank you guys for having me. I have a short and brief presentation just to kind of give you a little information about Jackson State for all of you students out there. When you're thinking about Jackson State, we want to make sure that you are JSU ready. And if you're not JSU ready, once you arrive on our campus and graduate, you will be JSU ready whenever you march across that stage. Jackson State, we are a historically Black college located in Jackson, Mississippi, founded in 1877 in a small town called Natchez, Mississippi. Applying to Jackson State is not that complicated. We have a 3-step process where you can complete an online application. There was some information mentioned earlier about the Common Black app. We do accept applications on the Common Black app. We will waive your $25 application fee for all applicants that actually apply through the Common Black app. Now, once you've completed your application, students, we want you to make sure that you are submitting your transcripts and your test scores. We are test optional for fall 2022. However, if you have test scores, we strongly encourage you to submit those. It can only help you submitting those scores. Now, if you, with us being test optional in the fall, just remember, you can be admitted to Jackson State with a 3.2 CPC GPA without a test score. Anything below, anything in the area of a 2.0 to a 3.19, you can be admitted without a test score. However, we will require you to take our AccuPlacer. So that's why we strongly encourage you, if you have those test scores, don't be afraid of them, submit them, and let us make the decision. Moving forward on our admissions, once you've completed your application and submitted your test scores, if you have them, what we want you to do, go to our website, schedule either a virtual tour or come and visit our campus. We are open for business at Jackson State following all COVID protocols. However, our campus is open for campus tours. You can schedule a campus tour. We have our high school date is going to be coming up in October. We have a lot of events scheduled for the fall for our incoming seniors. So we want you to take full advantage of all of those opportunities. Once you've completed that online application and you submitted those documents, you've activated that Tiger portal, we want you to monitor your Tiger portal for your update. We do offer early admissions, and you have to be admitted to apply for our academic scholarships. We want you to understand our academic scholarships open and begin for, you can apply for those in November. You have to be admitted to the university prior to applying for any of those scholarships. At Jackson State, we have over 90 areas of study. Some of our top programs are going to be our engineering, our education, which is what Jackson State was founded on, our business, and we are the only university in the state of Mississippi to have a College of Public Health. So if you're interested in anything related in public health, we want to make sure that you're definitely checking that out with our healthcare administration and communicative disorder majors that are good. Also, for you STEM majors interested in computer science, we offer a 4-year program that will give you opportunity to obtain a master's degree in 4 years. So computer science, one of those fast growing STEM majors, we want you to make sure that you are definitely getting involved in that. Here at Jackson State, guys, we want you to know that we have a ton of options for you. Time is of the essence, and we want you to be making sure that you're getting everything done. At Jackson State, we're Division I school program. We have over 60 student government organizations, tons of things for our students to do on the campus, to include nail salon, barbershop, beauty shop, Pizza Hut, Starbucks, ton of things for you to do when you're here on our campus. So if you have the opportunity to take our virtual tour or come down and visit us here at Jackson State University, we definitely will welcome you. We have all of our social media handles here. Take a snapshot of those. Our social media is not only for the turn up, it is for the business that we handle here. We post a lot of good information, especially important deadlines. So check us out at Jackson State. We look forward to seeing all of you on our campus, hopefully in the fall of 2022.
Way to bring it in. Absolutely incredible information coming from everybody. And speaking of incredible, I understand that there are some donations that are hitting the board as well. So you can see right underneath me, it says paypal.me/JJ Suncoast. That's where you can actually donate and help the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill continue their programs and scholarships. And without further delay, we're going to go ahead and bring it to TSU, our second representative from the state of Tennessee, Tennessee State. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill America. My name is Dr. Carjamin Scott, and I serve as the Director of Admissions and Recruitment at the Tennessee State University. So welcome to the land of golden sunshine. I bring you greetings from our president, President Glenda Baskin Glover, who is the 8th president of Tennessee State University and recently celebrated her 8th term in office. She is our first full-time serving female president and one of 3 women with the PhD, JD, CPA designation. She says that we have an awesome responsibility to challenge minds, to change lives, and to ensure the future. Everything we do must be done with that in mind. Tennessee State University has been around since 1912. We were actually founded on Juneteenth, 1912, and we have existed for over 100 years. We have students who come from all over the world, and they represent over 44 states and 38 countries. We offer 45 bachelor's degrees, 24 master's degrees, and several doctoral degrees. And we are slated to offer even more degrees this upcoming term. We are currently enrolling for fall of 2022, as well as our other 22 starts, which are in spring and summer. When you join Tennessee State, you will join hundreds of thousands of notable graduates, some of which are Jesse Russell, which we owe a debt of gratitude to him for creating this pesky device that we all have, the cell phone. He studied electrical engineering at TSU. Dr. Deborah Cole is the former CEO of Citizens Bank, and she received her bachelor's and master's degrees from TSU. She is the longest serving African-American female bank president. She's also a former board of trustee member. Wilma Rudolph is just one of the many athletes that have graduated from Tennessee State University. Speaking of athletes, Tennessee State University is the #1 HBCU that has sent football players to the league, to the NFL. Dr. Levi Watkins was an American heart surgeon and civil rights activist. He studied biology at TSU, and he was the first to successfully implant an automatic defibrillator in a human patient at Johns Hopkins University. The one thing that all of our alumni do is they give back, and the Dr. Levi Watkins family is no exception. And on my previous slide, you may have noticed a woman who was pointing at all of our graduates. Yes, that was Oprah Winfrey, and yes, she is a graduate of Tennessee State University. Our newest program is the Dr. Levi Watkins TSU to Maharan Medical College Accelerated Program. It's a tongue twister. Students who have at least a 3.5 GPA, 28 ACT, or 1310 SAT attend TSU on us. We pay your full tuition at TSU, and then you go on to attend the prestigious Maharan Medical College to become a physician or a dentist. And there's so many benefits associated with that program. You should come and visit us in person for a campus tour or a virtual session so that you can learn more about that awesome program. We're located in Nashville, Tennessee, and everybody is moving to Nashville. People call Nashville Music City or It City. Forbes has ranked Nashville as #3 next biggest boom towns. Alliance Bernstein, Amazon, Google, Nissan, just to name a few, are some of the many companies that are moving here. We are a college town with a ton of HBCUs here in Tennessee. Fisk is on the line with us. They're our neighbor school. We also have Jackson State University. I'm looking at Jackson State because we played you all last weekend, and we won in Gibbon, but we didn't win the game. Eddie George is our football coach here at TSU. And we had an awesome game for the Southern Heritage Classic last weekend. Yes, all love. We have the Tennessee Titans here. Our Aristocrat of Bands is the official band for the Titans. We also host the NFL Draft here. We're located on historic Jefferson Street. This is just a place to be. So I would love for you to apply right now. Just scan the QR code. It'll take you directly to our application. If you're unable to scan the code, just visit tnstate.edu/apply. I can give you my contact information and get you admitted within the week. If not by Friday, then a week from Friday. So just give me a week and I can get you admitted. You just need to have at least a 2.5 GPA to get admitted to Tennessee State. We have waived our test score. We are test optional. However, we would like for you to submit your test scores for a scholarship. Transfer students just need at least a 2.0 GPA from their college that they're attending. We also enroll international students, and we enroll students who are interested in dual enrollment, students who are currently in high school wanting to take college credit. And that concludes my presentation. So thank you so much for your time.
Incredible information being provided here. And I want to let everybody know what's coming next. My man Joel from FAMU, he's got home court advantage because I'm a FAMU guy. So we want to do two things. One, we want to share the video that you all did not get a chance to see streamed. You see it right there from FAMU Recruitment. Anybody, that is an incredible video talking about the accomplishments, the background, and the accolades of Florida A&M University. The other thing is that after our next two colleges and universities, we're going to let Joel start off our Q&A round because we do have some incredible questions that are coming in from the family as well. So next up, we've got Spelman College ATL in the building, front and center. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can bring them out. Okay, I think I just fixed something once and for all. So can you hear me one time, Andrea?
I can hear you.
That's fantastic. Hold on one quick second for me.
Okay.
We are, as they say, cooking with gas. I think that we have got it all together right now. So take us to sunny ATL. Well, you know, during the day, sunny ATL right now. The floor is yours for Spelman College.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrea Thompson. I'm not an admissions officer like many of you are. I'm actually an alum. I am also the president of the Tampa Bay area chapter of the Spelman College Alumni Association here in Tampa. And I am very proud to represent my school, the #1 HBCU for the 15th year in a row. So I am very, very proud to be representing my school. I do have a screen share as well. Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. All right. So Spelman College, founded April 11th, 1881 in Atlanta, Georgia, originally was Spelman Seminary. And just a little local fact that many of you may not know here in Tampa. Are you familiar with Armwood High School right off of I-4? Well, Armwood High School was named for one of our alum, Blanche Armwood. She was from the Tampa area. And she was a graduate of Spelman Seminary when it was called Spelman Seminary, and came back here to Tampa. And so, you know, just a little tidbit of fact that some people may not know that Armwood High School is actually named after one of our Spelman alums. So that's really nice to know. We are part of the Atlanta University Center, and we have about 2,100 students. We have a wonderful classroom size. It's small, about 23 students, and our student to faculty ratio is about 11:1 as well. Our current president is Dr. Mary Schmidt-Campbell, and this is actually going to be her last year. She is going to be retiring after this year. Some of our academic programs that we have a lot of academic programs. I was a psychology major at Spelman and a Spanish minor. We have 34 majors and minors, several pre-professional partnerships. We have a partnership, a dual degree engineering program with Georgia Tech that a lot of young ladies are a part of as well. Special programs are popular academic programs are biology, economics, English, psychology, and political science. We have plenty of support services on our campus as well: career planning and development, graduate relations, freshman success, disability services as well. People who, I know some questions, if you're on the autism spectrum, definitely there are resources there to assist you, or if there are physical disabilities as well, there are lots of resources on campus to assist you with that as well. One of the great things about Spelman College is we have about 70% of our students study abroad at least once. And at some, in the near future, we want to make that 100%. And I think that's a really, unique feature about Spelman. We definitely want to make a global impact. And it's something that's very important to us. Over 40 countries have been visited. And academic research, we've had young ladies, Dominican Republic, Japan, China, all over the country, all over the world. So I think that's one of the, a great benefit to going to Spelman. So, get your passport ready and get ready to travel, because that's one of the great benefits. They didn't have that when I was there, but it's definitely a wonderful resource for the young ladies today, especially with, the way the world is. It's a large global community now. Student life and engagement. We're home to over 85 student organizations. We have 11 residence halls, a lot of civic and community engagement, several AUC events and traditions as well. Always something going on the yard. Spelman Woman, strong academic curriculum, demonstrated leadership and development, community service, strong ability to convey thoughts and ideas. And just a little bit more about that. The average GPA of a Spelman incoming freshman is 3.83. Average SAT score is a 1203, and an average ACT score is a 27. The test scores are optional for the class of 2026. They were optional for the class of 2025 as well, and they're going to continue that. If a student does, go on the website and start the application process, they will be asked if they are going to test, if it's test optional, if they are going to test, or if they're going to submit their scores. So they have that opportunity to, determine whether or not they're going to test their scores, but we are test optional. Common application, it is a $40 fee. There is an essay, 2 letters of recommendation, official high school transcript. If you're a transfer student, your college transcript, and then again, test optional with your ACT or SAT scores. Cost of attendance and scholarship. Tuition is roughly $43,244 a year. And that is broken down, room and board, about $15,063, and tuition and fees about $25,249. So that's kind of the breakdown of that. About 85% of our students do receive some form of financial aid. There are some, full ride scholarships. The W. Johnson Roundtree Scholarship, the Presidential Scholarship is one as well. The Dean Scholarship, that's a full tuition scholarship. And then we have some academic scholarships for about $5,000, $10,000. We are having virtual information sessions, and we're also going to be doing some in-person sessions as well. There is going to be a recruitment counselor that is going to be in the Orlando area, I believe it's October 20th. So individuals in the in the area who are interested, they should receive information. We should be receiving that information to disseminate that. And at the end of my presentation, I do have a QR code. So if you're interested, you can scan that QR code for more information, and that'll put your name into the system to be able to receive that information if you're interested in attending that information session that will be in October 20th in Orlando. Connect with us. This is the information for our admissions counselors. And we are also on social media as well. That is the way of the future. Gen Z love it. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and we are on TikTok as well. That's not on there, but we are also on TikTok. And the TikTok information is at Spelman Admiss, ADMISS. I can put that in the chat. And just give me 1 second. I'm going to share with you our QR code. So if you have any or want any further information for any interested students, just go ahead and scan our QR code. This is basically taking the place of our former information card, and just get that information and you'll be put into our database and be able to get further information from us.
That is fantastic, Andrea. We definitely appreciate it. And one of the questions that continues to come up, and since you're here, Andrea, and you're close to the chat, a few people have asked, is there ever an opportunity to waive an application fee, such as attending an event like this? So everybody, if you're representing with the family, you can go ahead, meaning if you're one of the colleges that are being represented, you can go ahead and put it there. And Andrea, thank you so much. And we now have St. Petersburg College. They're going to double team us. So this is going to be absolutely incredible. And I need a mic check 1 2 1 2 out of them to make sure that we're good to go.
Mic check 1 2.
As we did at the top, and now we do it at the bottom. St. Petersburg, take it away.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe Jocelyn. I'm an admissions recruiter for St. Petersburg College, and I have with me Ms. Sheryl Mundorf, who will also be presenting with me. I'll let her introduce herself later. But we also have Charleston Fritz, who's a career and academic advisor here with us to help answer questions at the end. So if somebody answers your question at the end, I promise it's not a stranger. He's with us. But we're going to go straight into the slide because we don't have much time. But I wanted to start off saying that St. Petersburg College is a state and community college. So unlike these major universities, it's a little different, but I'd like to delve into what we have to offer at SPC. So these are going to build upon each other. So you can get a certificate and associates that will build into a bachelor's and so forth. But we have certificates, which are short-term trainings that you can use to go directly into the workforce or build upon the skills that you already have in the workforce. We have our associates in science, which you can use to go directly into the workforce, unlike a bachelor's degree, or unlike the AA degree, which is like our bread and butter at SBC. A lot of our students are starting with us, doing the 2+2, and then transferring to a major university. You save a lot more money that way. So, and we also have bachelor's degrees now as well. We'll move on to the next area where we cover AS degrees. I wanted to go into a little more detail with this. If anybody has their phone, they could take a picture of our programs, but I just wanted to highlight these three: the nursing RN program, the respiratory care, and dental hygiene. A lot of people may not be the type of people who go for a bachelor's level degree. So you can do an AS degree, and in these three areas make over $50,000 after graduation. I wanted to highlight that just in case a bachelor's program isn't for you. All right, I also want to highlight our baccalaureate programs as well. Next slide. And I want to do the same thing with this. If anybody wants to take a picture of the screen, you can, but I wanted to highlight on the College of Education programs at SBC. The reason being is because in the state of Florida, we are in high demand of educators. So these programs offer a lot of scholarship opportunities, and oftentimes SBC students are graduating from these programs and going directly into work. So wanted to make sure that if you don't know what you want to do yet, you might want to look into the opportunities in the College of Education. Moving on. We've covered some of our programs. So I also wanted to highlight, what is one of our major selling points at St. Petersburg College, our cost of tuition. So for one class, you can do with under $400. An entire AA degree can be completed under $7,000. To continue on and get a bachelor's degree, you can do so for around $16,000, depending on the program that you're choosing. So that's one of the things that a lot of people attend SPC for, to do 2 years with us and then move on to their desired university, like one of the ones that we've already heard tonight. Moving on. That was all for credit. I also wanted to touch on our non-credit side. So our workforce Education programs are going to be where you can prepare for industry certification, learn a new language, complete continuing education requirements, and so on. Some of the most popular programs we have there is Google IT, our electrical line worker, and our patient care tech, just to name a few. We have a link on the screen, so if you would like more information, you can look into our workforce programs. But at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Sheryl.
Thank you, Joven. Hi, my name is Sheryl Mundorf, and I'm a Student Success and Transfer Coordinator at St. Petersburg College. And I just want to say that we are a very proud partner with FAMU in the Ignite Transfer Program. So I want to share a little bit about what that program is with you. So it is guaranteed admission to FAMU after completing your AA degree with St. Petersburg College. So here's some of the majors. We have 7 majors that we have pathways that were created between both institutions, SPC and FAMU. So it's accounting, biology, criminal justice, electronic engineering, technology. Those all have guaranteed admission right into that major as a junior if you follow the pathways here with SPC. The journalism, mechanical engineering, and pre-physical therapy, we still have those pathways, but you still have to meet limited access requirements for them. But that's what we help you here at SPC to do, to make sure you meet the right requirements to get over to FAMU and a seamless transition. So here, like I said, we have 7 majors with the approved pathways. Again, I'll tell you exactly what you need to take while you're here for the 2 years at SPC. We have the guaranteed admission into FAMU after you complete your degree with us. You will be meeting with your SPC advisors as well as the Ignite transfer representatives. So we have a very close relationship with FAMU, and we work closely with them to have them come onto our campuses. We take students to their campus for the previews. You can attend football games. There's all kinds of, we want you to feel kind of like you're a FAMU student while you're at SPC. So it does give you shorter time to degree completion. It does save you money on tuition because you're paying our rates those first 2 years. And if you have a 3.0 or higher at SPC, you get to receive the Rattler card. So you can take that card to use when you go to their campus in order to get into, again, athletic events and other workshops and things that they offer at FAMU. So again, there are scholarship opportunities. We're working on getting scholarship opportunities at SPC for our Ignite students. Hopefully we'll have that very shortly. We also, FAMU also has the opportunities for scholarships once you do transfer through the Ignite program. So here's our contact information. So if you want more information on the Ignite program, you can contact me. You got my email right there. Also, if any or other questions you have on SPC, how to get started, all that, you can contact Joven and he'll help you. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is in Tampa this weekend, FAMU is playing USF at Raymond James Stadium. So if you can make it out there, a lot of FAMU alumni are going to be there, a lot of FAMU students, and of course some of our SBC students are going to go and represent as well. So we'd love to see you out there. So turn it over.
Absolutely love the Ignite, so that everybody makes the bridge and comes over to the best university represented today. Of course I'm biased. Look at the shirt. FAMU changed my life. Thank you so much, St. Petersburg College Ignite. That was incredible. And always, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. There it is. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to come up with a close-up of me and ask St. Pete to bring down the screen share and ask all of our representatives to open up their cam, because we now have a quick speed round, maybe about 10 or 12 minutes of questions, because we do have questions that are coming in. But before we get into the speed round, we do want to represent, once again, much love to our sponsors. They've been incredible, and without them, there is no us. Flynn Law Firm, Kenzie's Corner, and Northside Hospital. And also, we've got our partners, can't forget about them, St. Petersburg Chapter of the Links Incorporated, the members of Divine Nine, specifically, a.k.a. DST, Q Psi Phi, and K.A. Psi for representing one time as a partner. And we've got Mount Zion College Prep. So I'm going to change over to speaker mode so that it automatically just flips over as we ask these questions. One of the questions that was asked was, is this program being recorded? Yes, it is being recorded, but we're going to have to let you know. And the chapter, if Crystal or someone representing the Suncoast chapter, if you can put an email address in so that we can have people email you. And we do have an email address right now that I can show for questions. But if you want information on where the replay will be, send it to that address right there, hbcuscjj@gmail.com. Send your question there or let them know there that you want to see the replay of this event. Let me show the family in speaker mode, and then I've got the first question coming to my brother Joe. Hey, we're FAMU family right here. Can you let them know if they've got a tennis player, if they've got a basketball player, a football player, what's the best way for them to get in touch with the athletic director, with the coaches? How should they let their interest in the sports program be known?
Awesome. So first thing first. You want to make sure that you're completing your NCAA eligibility profile. That's number one. You can do that by visiting NCAA Eligibility Center, and that'll allow you to be able to start your process of being able to create a profile for athletics. Next, you want to make sure that you are gathering up all of your stats, making sure that you have your Huddle account, making sure you have your social media updated with your stats, and then you want to send them over to the coaches, right? You can send the contacts to the recruiter at the athletic department. You want to also have your coaches send emails to the coaches as well. That's a good way to get them to, one, come and visit you at your games, but you want to make sure that you have your highlight tapes prepared. Make sure you have your profile updated on Huddle or any of these stats recruitment sites. And you want to make sure you reach out to the coaches via either social media or through email.
At Tennessee State, we're in the process of opening 2 new housing facilities. They're scheduled to open in the fall of 2022. And also, just to add a bullet point about athletics, we offer basketball, football, cross country, golf, tennis, track and field, for men and women. And then for women, we also have volleyball. And in addition to those sports, Hersey Miller is a new basketball recruit at Tennessee State. He's the son of Master P. Many of you are probably too young to know who Master P is, but I happen to know who he is. And his son started a basketball camp at Tennessee State University. So not only do we have sports for current Tennessee State students, but we also have a summer camp for aspiring Tigers.
Very well shared. Hey, Tennessee State, I might have to come and get another master's. That sounded impressive right there. With that being said, we did have a question that just dropped into the chat. So since I have Tennessee State front and center, and again, this is just a round robin for like the next 4 or 5 minutes, any extra info on full ride scholarships for each school? So in the presentation, some people did share the GPA and some of the other considerations. And also some people shared that they are not doing traditional ACT and SAT requirements for testing, but full ride scholarships. Any additional information?
I can go ahead and kind of speak on that. It's very important for any of the schools that that applicants pay very, very close attention to deadlines. A lot of times for Premier Scholar programs, which are usually the full ride scholarships, there's going to be an earlier deadline. Sometimes there might also be an additional application. So read the website very carefully. There might be an early action, but there might be a separate deadline that you will have to pay attention to. Deadlines, they are inflexible. So make sure that you do not wait until that very day to send it in. Websites can crash, you can have Wi-Fi problems, and you don't want to wait until the very end. So always make sure that when you're sending your application in, send it in at least 24 hours ahead of time so that you do not have technical problems. But you want to make sure that, for example, Hampton, their early action deadline to be able to get the highest consideration for their merit scholarships, you want to make sure that you get the application in prior to October 30th. Now, some people will send it in later. They might get some scholarship money, but the highest amount of scholarships are those applications that are sent in prior to October 30th. So the earlier that you get it in, the higher of the monetary dollars that you're going to be considered for.
Thank you so much for that, Lisa. And you can give him a ooh one time. I mean, you said you were ready to represent. Delta Sigma Theta in the building. And with that being said, we do have a question around admissions. So we've heard about some early admissions dates. How long typically does it take? And I can bring in Alabama State, my man said, or anybody who hasn't spoken at this point. If you would let us know, typically, what is the turnaround time from the time that you apply, early application or regular application? How long does it typically take that student to hear whether they were accepted or not?
Here at Alabama State, we have some very hardworking staff. So earliest turnaround, I could say it could probably be about a month. So I advise students to go ahead and get those applications in as early as possible. And I know everybody here keeps speaking on the scholarships because they're so important. We're taking applications right now, and it'll be about a month, maybe 3 to 4 week turnaround. But the applications for scholarships don't open until October 1st. And somebody also mentioned like the highest scholarship. We offer the presidential scholarship, and all you need is a 3.76 GPA and a 26 on an ACT. That is a full ride scholarship that will pay for all of your fees, books, housing, and everything else.
And if I could chime in behind that,
Absolutely.
University, just to go back on the scholarship question, we do also offer the presidential scholarship. That is also a full ride plus a stipend to the university. So with that, you must have at least a 3.75 GPA, and to be considered for the presidential scholarship, you must submit test scores. So I know that we are test optional, but if you want to be considered for the presidential scholarship, you must submit whether ACT or SAT test scores, and the minimum for those is a 15-20 SAT and a 32 ACT. And then going into, I believe the second question was admission and the turnaround time. So the deadline for the application, early action, early decision, November 1st. Students should receive their decision notification early January. And then for regular decision, February 1st, students should receive their decision notification about late March, early April. And that's at Howard University.
Definitely appreciate that. HU in the building. And can I have my Jackson State brother, can we have him unmuted? We're going to ask him to unmute. And if there's anything relative to the topics that we've touched on that you'd like to share, we're going to allow for Jackson State to have the last word. And everybody, please take my man Joel's lead from Florida A&M University. And now we have more links that are being shared. If there are links that represent what we're discussing tonight, feel free, if you are a member of one of these illustrious institutions, to drop that in the chat so that we can get that information to you. And with that being said, J State, come front and center and bring us home.
All right. Appreciate you once again. Just to kind of come in on the back end of the scholarship question. We are test optional in the fall. Our students will have the opportunity to apply for our tuition, our full academic, as well as our provost scholarship with test scores and without. It's going to be important that you go to our scholarship website to look at all of the requirements for those. There will be an essay requirement for those students who don't have a test score. But for the students with a test score, what I will say is apply early. Our scholarship application will open November 1. It will run until February the 15th. That is the absolute deadline. So for those of you taking late SAT and ACT test scores, that means December is the last time that you'll have the opportunity to take the exam. That will give us time to receive those scores before the February 15th deadline. Also, our application process is pretty brief. Once a student has completed the application and submitted all of the documents to the application, 4 to 6 weeks processing time is what we say. However, our system does it automatic. It's an automated system that completes that for us. So we've been able to get those responses fairly quickly, most of the time within a week or a week and a half for those students who apply. So if you're looking for a fast turnaround time, drop that application to Jackson State and we'll take care of you.
At an HBCU, we call that the hookup, y'all. That's the hookup. One time. Woo! All right, so here's the deal. This show would not be possible without the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill. And someone's got a lot of air noise behind you. So what we're going to do now is mute out everyone and ask for Suncoast, the Suncoast family. We're going to ask them to come front and center. So Crystal, this would not have been possible without your team's vision. Of course, Tiffany, our president, so much has been going on. And we're going to ask them to unmute. So anybody manning the Zoom, we need that unmute flipped one time.
You unmute?
Oh, yeah. So here's what I can tell you. This is the
hopefully you can hear us.
Oh, no, we can hear. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was going to give you an intro, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead, family.
We want to give a big shout out to DJ Vince for making our program exceptional. Over the moon. It was over the moon tonight. I know that we had tons of families online with us. Thank you so much. Especially want to thank our partners, our sponsors, and especially to those who donated tonight. Thank you. None of this would not be possible without you. As you can see, we're here in our studio. We've been live and working along with you. For those of you who registered on our Eventbrite, see us on Sunday at 3 p.m. at Lake Vista Park in St. Petersburg for your free swag bag. We have tons of materials in the bags on Sunday. So make sure you stop by and see us. DJ Vince, you are awesome. You rock. Thank you. We are ready to party and turn up.
Fantastic work, family. Fantastic. So here's what I want to share with everybody. Ain't no party like an HBCU party. And just put hearts. Put any kind of hearts in the chat for the Suncoast chapter of Jack and Jill of America, because they absolutely showed up and showed out. And one of the things about this event is, can you imagine what it's typically like when you have your, 15, 16-year-old, you have to drive out to the convention center and go from table to table and all of those things that take place at an in-person college fair. You just had the entire college fair, everything from application process to COVID to scholarships to the schools, come directly to your home. So again, if you have a desire to see this replayed, or there are people that you would like to share it with, there's the email address, hbcuscjj@gmail.com, and it's going to drop in the chat as well. So many people, because I want to just tell my FAMU story super quick. When I was a junior, I wanted to go to University of Michigan. So I'm born and raised in Chicago, and back then University of Michigan was all of that. And it was either U of M or UCLA. And my senior year of college, everybody that went to Hampton, they came back and they were like, oh my God, it was incredible. And everybody that went to University of Illinois was like, oh my God, it was incredible. The people that went to FAMU, they came back and were like, we ain't even got no words to describe what just happened over the last, like palm trees and shorts. And I was like, you could just look in their eyes, and there was something different. This is back in 1987. I'm dating myself. I'm 51. But you could just look in their eyes and tell that something special was going on at Florida A&M University. And my mom is in the room right now. She'll tell y'all, you hear it. I did not come home for like a long time. I stayed down there, a graduate of the School of Business, SBI, School of Business and Industry. Cum laude, graduated with honors, definitely proud of that. But the deal is that my stepdaughter, my bonus daughter, got to see the energy, her 4 years in high school, of the things that were happening around me. And now she is on the yard as a freshman. Just caught the bug like everybody else. And the first day she was there, she kicked her mom out the room. She kicked her dad out the room. I knew to leave the room right away, because that's the way we do it when we get on the yard. It's just like, you can leave now. I'm good. But, definitely congratulations to the Suncoast chapter for making this viral experience possible. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you all real soon. Thank you for coming out. God bless. Don't forget to donate, and good night. We appreciate you.